Now let's talk about something for professional life. I really love this one idea which I learned. I don't know how many of you have heard the name Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn happens to be the master of Anthony Robbins. And Tony Robbins, I'm sure we all have heard as the motivational speaker, highly animated guy. But his boss, his master, was Mr. Jim Rohn. And I really respect that man. Jim Rohn said in one of his videos, in one of his trainings, he said, every human being wants to be respected, right? Every human being has this innate desire that I want to be respected. But the real question is, how do you get respect? How do you get respect? Whenever I ask this question in my programs, that what should we do to get respect? And people invariably say, give respect to get respect, which is right. You should give respect so that you are respected. But only this much is not sufficient. Because if by just giving respect to the other person you start getting respect back, then I guess all chauffeurs, all people who are standing outside the door and they're manning the door and giving respect to every person who's getting inside, they will be very hugely respected. But that's not the case. So how do we get really respect, especially in the corporate world? I think if we really wish to be respected in the corporate world, very simple formula: you should be adding more value than your takeaway. So we need to ensure that we are adding sufficient value, rather more value than our takeaway. And that is how we get respected. If not in my current company, some other company will respect me. Okay. So the formula that he mentioned was that your market value should be greater than your remuneration or your salary. Your market value should be greater than your remuneration or your salary. So how do we increase our market value? There are 5 things that come to my mind. Simple. First is qualification, which I guess you have done, you are doing, you will keep doing. Qualification helps us to increase our market value in the corporate world. Okay, whether it should happen or not happen, that I leave it up to you, but it happens, right? So qualification. The second is knowledge. Knowledge about your industry, knowledge about your products, knowledge about your competitors, company, people. Knowledge is everything nowadays. Third, very important, is skill. I know a lot of knowledgeable people who lack some skills and somehow they don't reach where they deserve, and especially presentation skills. I know a lot of managers who say, "Oh, I am the one who supplies data. I am the one who prepares the presentation." But this guy only makes presentations, and this guy has become the blue-eyed man of the management. And I always request these hardworking people that why don't you learn presentation? He said, actually, the moment I stand up in front of other people, I go blank. So therefore, I don't. So then I tell them that, okay, now then stop cribbing. Because if that is the skill which is being valued and you don't have that skill, then then just accept your fate. So work on the skills. And the next thing is results. We all know this unfortunate reality of the corporate world. Results are rewarded, efforts are not. Results are rewarded, efforts are not. So we got to ensure that we deliver results. The problem with some executives is, instead of delivering results, they deliver a wonderful excuse that why the result was not delivered. Because of this, lack of that. So the problem is when we do not deliver results and give excuses, they are not being respected. So results matter. And the last but not the least, relationship and networking. Relationship and networking. I really do not know what is your experience about this, but my experience is your network decides your net worth. Your network decides your net worth. And the best time to build the network is when you do not need it. Because the worst time to build the network is when you need it. So basically a person has to become an investor into relationships. helping people when you don't need anything back from them. That's how we build a very powerful relationship and networking. So I guess if we take care of this CEO genome study findings, if we focus on these five components, and we understand that why do we communicate, I think in the professional life we can keep doing better and better.